it's not successful, that you know, that they need to come to their senses. But that time did not, and you know, I mean, what else is going on here? Because I mean, road rage, yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, I think it's a misdemeanor, but you know, now we're talking felony charges here with this suspect. So then that just makes you wonder too if they have a rap sheet or an outstanding warrant or what else is going on here. And you know, but was this guy coming from a job? Is this a contractor or a plumber or something in the construction industry? It's an unorthodox road rage and a fairly unorthodox vehicle here with this older model. I believe it's a GMC or a Chevy van that CHP is in pursuit. You saw those units on the shoulder. Not sure if that was a spike strip attempt or what, but we may have another attempt a little farther down the line. We'll see here. We'll be up on the 23 freeway soon and see if the suspect sticks with the 101 back towards Ventura County West, or if they take the 23 towards Moore Park, Simi, and beyond.
That's right. The road rage suspect now facing felony evading charges. And you know, Desmond, we just showed the replay of that pit maneuver. It did look like it was going to be a successful pit. It was a slow, you know, turn when they both kind of turned, and it looked like the van was going to slowly lose control. We're going to show it here in just a second again. Here it is once again. And it looked, Desmond, I thought he was going to hit the curb. He was going to lose control of the van and hit the curb, but like you said, he may have turned the wheel just at the right time, and he was able to avoid the curb, got back onto that on-ramp. CHP was right behind him, even picking up speed, but as soon as he got close, and you said on the freeway, that's it. There was other cars around, other traffic, and it just wasn't going to be time for a successful pit maneuver. But here we go, 101 northbound, now on Rancho Road in Thousand Oaks, and it looks like traffic ahead is cooperating. But we did see that one CHP unit fly by, and we believe the hopes is that they're going to be able to drop some spike strips, and maybe that this van will roll over them. But as you said, Desmond, if he keeps staying in those middle lanes there, it's going to be a little more difficult, right?
Yeah, it definitely will be, and there's you know, just other traffic that they're going to have to get out of the way. If he was in the right lane or the left lane, and they set up on the right shoulder or the center divider, it's just an easier operation with kind of less moving parts for an officer to get out there and unfurl those spikes. So, but he's pretty much been in the center lane the entire time. When he was on the southbound 101, it was the same way when I heard them calling out the streets there. And you saw that it looked like it was going to be a second pit attempt there by CHP, but just could not quite get in place quick enough before the suspect got on the freeway. And now the speeds are definitely too high to attempt it, even with really light traffic. We have seen pit maneuvers occasionally on the freeway, but typically in heavy traffic or if a suspect is just going really, really slowly. So don't think that's in the offing there. You see another unit there along the right-hand shoulder. They've been switching units in and out quite a bit. We've already heard them do that several times, and I think that's what that was. We saw a couple of the units that were on the right-hand shoulder, and then they come and join in, and some of the other units drop out. So you always have a fresh set of eyes on this one, and still not any law enforcement helicopter on this one. And you know, I mentioned that fog earlier. Well, I'm going to mention it again because it could end up being a problem for us if so CHP, my pilot Dylan let me know that they do have a helicopter that is on the way. So if it's their helicopter, they came all the way from Fullerton, so they've already traveled quite a ways. But the fog I'm mentioning again because this could end up being an issue for us if we go down the Conejo grade, which is the way we're trending right now because it is definitely socked in at the Conejo grade, and we'll see if we're able to get underneath it. That could be some signal issues for us, but it looks like the suspect is just kind of content to run out the clock as much as they can and head back to where we first heard about this in Ventura County in the city of Oxnard. That's the way we're trending anyway.
All right, if you're just joining us now, Susie Sudd joining me now for continuing coverage of this pursuit of a road rage suspect. KCAL News at 8 coming to you just a little bit earlier tonight. Again, CHP in pursuit of this suspect. Apparently, Oxnard PD wanted this driver, Susie, for some sort of road rage incident. We don't know what it is. Led police on a pursuit, and then the CHP took over.
And it makes you think, Juan and Desmond, you know, that they really want to get this person. You know, if this was a road rage incident, you know, they certainly pose a danger, a possible danger to other people out there. They've already displayed that or showed that somehow. So that's why, obviously, authorities were called and they know about this. So, we'll see what happens, but it's unclear exactly if that's the only thing they're running from, because it makes you wonder, if this is truly just a road rage incident, why not just pull over and said, you know what, I'm having a bad day. It got a little out of hand. Here I am.
And I can't remember the last time we covered a road rage suspect
as
pursuit,
the want,
as the one. We hear all sorts of things, but Desmond and I were talking earlier. Were they verbal threats? Did maybe they show a gun, perhaps, or what? Was there something like that that may have made this a lot more serious? We don't know. We're just kind of throwing some ideas around here. Earlier, we showed you that pit maneuver. If we have a chance, we want to show our audience once again what that looked like. And Susie, you can see it happen right here on the right side of your screen. Right here, they were in that turn lane. CHP gets into place. The pit maneuver begins, and look what happens here. I thought that the driver was going to lose control, hit the curb. He was able to somehow save that. CHP picks up speed right behind him there, but you'll see once he gets onto the freeway.
Maybe trying for another one, right?
Maybe trying for another one, but look what's just to the right of that. Lots of traffic on the 101 freeway there, and of course, because that happens, they cannot do the pit maneuver.
Yeah, that's not a, light sedan that they're trying to turn around, Juan, and obviously that's going to be a bit more difficult. I'm surprised they even went for that, actually, for a van. Oftentimes you don't see them doing that because of the higher profile vehicles. It could pose a danger to the officers as well. But obviously, as we've been talking about, the CHP really going after this person. And as Desmond mentioned, you mentioned there is a chopper on the way from Fullerton, right, from the CHP, Desmond?
Yeah, they are, but they may have the same issue we have, and we are unfortunately getting towards the limit here. My great pilot Dylan letting me know because of the June gloom in western Ventura County over the Oxnard Basin and the elevation of the Conejo Grade. I don't think we're going to be able to go underneath this. And I mean, CHP, maybe they might be able to get way down low. But I don't think we're going to be able to. And I had widened out just hoping to maybe see a spike strip or see if the suspect was going to get off the freeway before that as we come up to the way station right here. So we're at the very top of the Conejo Grade. And I'll widen out and show you here as we go down.
We can see it in your shot, Desmond.
Yeah, I mean, you're already starting to see it creep in. And I'll widen out here, and you can see it is definitely June gloom. We had some really nice weather up in Ventura County the last couple of weeks, but unfortunately the gloom has come back in, and it is right here. I'll just kind of have to iris down a little because we've also got the sunset right there, but you can see that layer there. So
is that as far as you can go, Des?
Unfortunately going to be. That's as far as we're going to be able to go, and unless the suspect decides to change their mind when they get to the bottom and then come back. But, I kind of wonder if there's like some mental health concerns going on as well. I mean, we have road rage, and then the suspect just kind of refusing to stop. And, you just always wonder kind of what's going on in their head. I mean, sometimes we have suspects with some mental problems that just are kind of in denial that this is going on, just kind of ignoring it. And then we learn after the fact that, there's definitely some issues behind the scene. But as I show you the gloom with the sun getting ready to go underneath the clouds there as well. And you can see just how thick that layer is as we're over the top of the Conejo Grade here. Unfortunately, that is going to do it for this pursuit unless the suspect decides to turn around. We'll probably hang out here and see if that is the case, if they come back into the Conejo Valley. But they were continuing northbound 101 headed to Camarillo, and
well, if that's the case,
just not safe for us to head that way.
Right. If that's the case, Desmond, we'll get right back to you. In the meantime, we're going to show our audience joining us now for KCAL News at 8. Hello, everybody. I'm Juan Fernandez, along with Susie Sa.
And this is a pursuit of a road rage suspect, and this is the pit maneuver that the CHP attempted on this van, wanted for road rage. The driver wanted for road rage tonight. But as you can see, they still get away, squirm away somehow. The pit maneuver, again, attempted possibly right here, but they didn't get close enough, so they couldn't do it again. And that's when the suspect takes off again, once again.
And our coverage, of course, having to come to an end due to that marine layer moving in, the June gloom, which, of course, safety comes first, and Desmond and our crew in SkyCal had to turn around. If anything should change, we'll definitely let you know.